Gavin Sheets is what he is. I love what he is, but I don't want to use him for what he isn't.
I can agree with the fact that he should not be in left field unless they have major catastrophic injury.
Look, they seem to agree with me because since he's come back from the wall incident, he has either been at first base or DH, and they have put Lockridge or Wade in left field. And that is what you have until you're able to do something about left field. Your right fielder doesn't seem like he's had a hit since the month of April.
I thought he had that one today.
Yeah, so did he.
Are you going to rip him for that?
What? Flying out to center field?
No. Flipping his bat?
No.
Okay.
Didn't cost anybody anything.
Because I was going to fight you on that.
Didn't cost anybody anything. Now, if the ball bounced in and he ended up at first base because he was celebrating, then yes, I would be critical. But no, there's nothing critical about that. He thought he hit a home run. He forgot he's in San Francisco, where it's a long way out there.
Let me give you a stat real quick before you move on.
Okay.
From the Twitter account Letters to AJ. Before today, only 14 batted balls in the StatCast era were hit with exactly 108 mile an hour exit velocity, 23 degree launch angle, and a straightaway trajectory. 13 of those home runs, one double. Tatis's 8th inning barrel was the 15th ball, first to ever lead to an out.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
That's bad luck.
As far as I'm concerned, that's over analytics. But yes, it underscores the point that he thought he had something there.
Yes.
As would most batters. When he flicked his bat, I thought the Padres had the lead. So did Brandon Lockridge. We'll get to that a little bit later. Anyway, Fernando can't hit right now. Jackson Merrill can't hit right now. I don't know what. I mean, all of a sudden, they're throwing fastballs right down the middle, and he's missing them. And for a month prior to his injury, and even for the first week after his injury, you couldn't get him out. Nobody could. And now all of a sudden he can't do anything. So they don't have a shortstop. Bogarts is out. We don't know how long he'll be out. This team has a lot of issues. Okay. So having said that, let's go back to the last time the Padres blew out an opponent. Yes. Unfortunately, Cher must sing for this. The last time the Padres had a blowout win,
I know it
was almost a month ago now.
What?
May 10th, 21-0 at Colorado.
It was almost a month ago?
It was May 10th. This is June 5th. Pretty close. Since that time, the Padres have lost 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 games. Since that time, the Padres have won 7, 8, 9, 10. So they've won 10. They've lost 13. That's okay. It's not what you want, but every team goes 10 and 13, even the best of teams. But here's, if you look a little further into that, of those 10 wins, 5 of them were by 1 run. Skinny, chinny chin chin just slid through. 4 of them were by 2 runs. So you didn't have a whole lot of breathing room in those. The only one in the last 23 games that the Padres have won by more than 2 runs was May 14th against the Angels. That was 5-1. And don't forget, that was 3-1 until 2 outs in the 8th inning when Lockridge had a 2-run single to make it 5-1. So even that game, you couldn't relax. Here's what this points out to me. And 23 games, I think, is a pretty good sample size. They're not good enough right now to win if they make mistakes. They don't have room for error. When they were rolling earlier in the season, when everybody was healthy, when everybody was clicking, you could mess up here and there. You could make a mistake. You could fail to take an extra base. You could not get a bunt down. You could swing at some bad pitches. You could kick a ball in the outfield. You could forget how to turn a double. Those things you could overcome. Somebody'd pick you up. This team's not good enough right now to do that, and never was that more apparent than today. They should have won this game today. They pitched well enough to win it, but they could not execute in the late innings. And they did not only not execute, it was almost like embarrassingly bad to me. Now, I don't have to try to bunt a major league fastball. But then again, I'm not paid to be in the major leagues. Martin Maldonado couldn't have got that bunt down if they gave him 25 pitches.
I mean, he pulled back on a strike.
He struck out.
He showed bunt on a 1-2 count.
He struck out looking. But that wasn't the first two chances. I want somebody to take a minute and go back and look on both of those bunts. God, well, how do I know more than a major league player? I'm not trying to think I do, but when you bunt, the bat is out in front of you. I'm looking, the chat can see what I'm trying to do. You're standing there. You don't have it back here, okay, to where the ball crosses the plate, and you try to. It's out here.
Stab at it a little bit, though.
No, you meet the ball. The bat catches the ball. That's what I've been told for 50 years. The ball's out in front of your body. You meet the ball. Now, you may miss it. It may mess up, but at least look like you know what you're doing. Martin Maldonado had no chance with the I don't know, the execution part of trying to bunt. Now, if Tony was here again, he'd say, you don't know. You're not a big leaguer. You're right. I'm not. But I also know how you're supposed to look trying to bunt a ball, and that ain't it.
I think the bigger problem is that he pulled back on a 1-2 count and let strike three go by.
They're all the problem. But what would have happened if he got the bunt down? I'll tell you what would have happened. The next batter was Fernando. Because Lockridge, I'll tell you what happened. Yes, Fernando was the next batter. Lockridge was still on first because he didn't get the bunt down.
Yes.
What happened then?
Fernando hit his ball.
No.
Oh, wait.
Wild pitch.
There we go.
Lockridge went to second. You know what everybody said? Hey, he got to second anyway. It doesn't matter. Yes, it did matter. Because if the bunt had got down, the wild pitch would have got him to third. Fernando's fly ball, he could have crawled home to tie the game.
Yeah.
This is why they lost today. They're not good enough to overcome these small errors. Lockridge didn't tag up on that fly ball. That was a bad base running play as well. But that didn't turn out to matter because had he tagged and gone to third, Wade came up and struck out anyway. But it still does underscore what is Lockridge doing. It's a fly ball to so deep center field. If that ball bounces, Lockridge walks home anyway.
Mm-hmm.
You don't go 3/4 of the way on a fly ball that might be caught. It's terrible baseball. I hate terrible baseball. Don't even ask me what I thought of Jose Iglesias.
We'll get to that later.
I don't understand that. Is there anybody that I've had more fun and love and I'll back him up to the end of the time. But I don't get that. Can't have a brain cramp like that.
Yeah. I would like to know if I'm going to go look and see if there's any quotes posted after the game about that.